Welcome to the Living Alone podcast, where we help you reclaim your confidence and energy through taking control of your wellness. I'm Paige Hope.
And I'm Tracy Vallejos. Join us for quick chats on wellness, personal growth, hormone regulation, and more. And welcome to another episode of Living Alone. And as always, we have the incredible Paige Hope here with us today. And I know I say this every time, but this is really going to be a fun, short episode. And obviously, you've looked at the title. And these are the 6 unsexy things that I believe create some sexiness in us. Because, Paige, I think sometimes men, we've all seen like the TikToks or reels before where like they think you're going to bed in the cute nightie and you've got the perfect hair, makeup still on. And really, sometimes when we're crawling in bed, it is not so sexy. But you know what? It's the things that create, I'm going to say, the sexiness during the day. Let's have some fun with this one. Okay?
Tracy, I'm dying. Listen, we're going to bed with castor oil all over our hair, all over our face. We're lathering ourselves in tan. We're marinating. We got the red light therapy going. We're doing a lot of stuff. So I cannot wait to dive into this episode. And for those of you that have really fun tips, please send them in to us because we are always looking for new things to talk about and to share with you guys.
Oh my goodness, yes. Like if you even create, whether it's a TikTok, an IG reel, we love resharing because all of these tips right now have come from others. Matter of fact, they've come from social media, at least some of these that I'm going to share. And we're just going to make it short because, dear goodness, we probably could have 20 tips, but I thought we'd just keep it to 6 that are doable and that are also super impactful. So, would you like to go first or would you like me to go first? Paige, you tell me.
I think for the most part, everyone already knows that Tracy and I are avid castor oil lovers. We are going to lather ourselves up with it. We've talked about it on so many episodes already, but I think we should go over, Tracy, face taping and castor oil to start. What do you think?
Oh, I think we definitely should. Because, girl, what you don't know is I have some tape right here. So anyone that is listening, we also post these we have a YouTube channel. We'll do YouTube shorts. And I thought, I've had some people ask me, what do you mean by face taping? And I thought, which kind of got stemmed a little bit of this podcast episode right here. So let's talk about our castor oil for those of you who have not heard us before. Perhaps maybe you've missed those episodes, and I think you need to hear them a few times. Having that castor oil on your face, and Paige, I'm going to say it was you who really got me using it on my face. Okay? I mean,
I love that.
Well, let's just keep this real. I mean, everybody wants to have your skin, Paige. I mean, and I truly believe that even though Paige may be, that we'll just put it out there, we always have like 20 years younger than me, I still believe in my mind, if I lather myself in that castor oil, that I'm going to look like Paige. That's what I think to myself. But in all seriousness, there's so many benefits, right, to the castor oil, right? It's so anti-inflammatory. And that's what people don't realize. It's that your body's so inflamed, right? There's so much every single day while you're losing the collagen, just, toxins in general and inflaming that breaks down your skin that is actually causing wrinkles, the depletion of collagen. And because of the way the castor oil, right, I want to say I don't know why I can't say that word, a very molecular level in the way that it absorbs. I'm like going, I don't know why. All the listeners, have you ever had a word before? And you're like, why in the world can I just not say that word? But
it's a Monday.
It is a Monday. Can we just say to everybody, it is a Monday? And you know what? We like to keep it real and have fun.
We do. I mean, I got to add on to this castor oil thing too, because I started doing it when I heard that it's the only oil that can penetrate deep into the skin. And when I'm putting it on my eyelashes at night to help them grow, like I'm putting it on my hair, I am literally going to bed with it like lathered on me. Now, there are some people that It does, like, they're like, "Don't put it on your eyes." I don't have an issue putting it on my eyes. I am pretty sure it is why my eyelashes are so strong and so good. So, face taping, castor oil, that is the number one unsexy thing we're talking about. Number
Well,
2, Tracy, what's number
well,
2?
I'm just going to say quickly, and with the face taping, like literally, it is just simple. I'll make medical grade tape that I literally put it on first, and then I am like holding my skin and applying it. Like if anyone is watching on YouTube, they can see like I'm just applying it on, and I'll put it on my forehead and I'll put a few by my eyes, let that absorb in. It helps from, as we know, kind of it moving. And I will say, when I'm peeling it off in the morning, it is like this miracle. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. I need to do a before and after, but you need to be consistent. So what I want to share with this is when I started face taping, like I wish I would have taken this before and afters, but it definitely is being consistent. And Paige, and I want to share with you because I think number 2 is for your eyelashes. Like I started putting it, like when you said that you were putting it on your eyes, and I thought your lashes are so long. They're some of the best eyelashes. Being in the beauty industry, right? Formulating and helping with mascara. I've looked at lashes for a long time. I am all about a good mascara and all about the lashes. And I was like, how in the world do you have such great lashes? And when you told me, I want you to know, I may be able to find a before and after. It's like one of those things we all wish we would have. I can't believe now that when I put my mascara on, how much longer my
Mhm.
lashes are. So I do want the listeners to know, for myself being older, your lashes get thinner. They definitely weren't as long. And even as I say, my love even noticed the other day, like how long my lashes. So I want to say this works.
Do you know how much money people spend on eye creams where
Yes.
they could just use castor oil? Like, seriously. I know we wanted this to be a short episode, Tracy, so I know we gotta dive in.
Okay.
Number 2, what's number 2?
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to say about number 2. And again, tongue scraping. Now, I am going to tell you, so many people have asked me about tongue scraping. I have been tongue scraping now for, I don't know, 5, 7, I don't know how many years. But when all of a sudden I learned that your health, everything is in your mouth. We know how important it is to brush. We understand, and I know your mom. Am I understanding correctly, Paige? Dental hygienist, is that
Mhm.
correct?
Mhm.
And we know flossing, but there are so much bacteria and things on our tongue, and
Yeah.
actually says a lot, that every single morning, every single night, it's not a sexy thing brushing my teeth and then afterwards putting this thing in my mouth and scraping it, and like the water's great, because people have asked me this, and I at least scrape it 7 times. I scrape it, then I'm like running it underneath the water. I'm scraping it because I had taken a class once and they said at least 7 times scrape your tongue. And I will say it has
It's
made a
crazy.
huge difference.
Well, and I think it's, like, weirdly satisfying as well. It's like, it literally just feels so good to get it out, and it's the first thing I actually do when I wake up. So I do it before brushing. We need to look that up because, yeah, I actually do it before and then I brush. So, because think about it, like, I think people don't understand, your mouth is the beginning of your digestive system. And so, like, tongue scraping is gonna think of it as like cleansing your gut. When I started to tie the 2 together, that's when I was like, "Oh, that makes sense. I'm gonna do this." And also, I don't feel like I ever had bad breath.
It is so inexpensive, again, just like face taping, the castor oil, and now we've got the tongue scraping. Like it is definitely, and it's tied to that digestion again. I need people to understand it's tied to your health and well being, let alone our mouth health. And hey, all of us, nobody wants to walk around with bad breath. And there's a lot of things that contribute to that. And part of that, though, is having that bacteria, but scraping. So, you know what? I need to look that up. I may have been doing it backwards all my life. I don't know. This is the things, like we just keep this real. You can tell this is never rehearsed. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I may need to be able to do this in a different order. I love this. So again, this
Well,
is not a sexy
and
thing.
No. And I think like for those of you, like this is a great gift for your significant other too. Like this, anything wellnessy like this, and it's kind of different. But hey, this is, I mean, it's not Christmas time. But this is a great stocking stuffer. You can get them on Amazon. You definitely want to get the metal ones though. There are plastic ones. I would
Oh,
recommend staying away from the plastic ones. There's
yes.
like these brush ones. No, no, get the metal
Get
scrapers.
the
I love
metal.
Guru Nandas. So start
They're
there.
great.
Okay.
Get the metal. I just want to say that to everybody, and I appreciate you saying that. That you know what I'm going to say is that it is a great Easter basket filler. And
Hmm.
I think we may be sharing a little bit of an Easter basket filler we may be having, come up.
Hmm.
So always think of a Belong Pure whenever you're thinking about a non-toxic gift, right? I'm
I
just
love
sorry. I'm
that.
going to throw that
Thanks
in
for the
there.
plug. No, I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Well, that leads us, now that this is kind of like an Easter basket theme, that the next one that Tracy and I were like, okay, what is another unsexy thing that we do? And think of it this way. When you go to sleep at night, your head and your hair is resting on a pillowcase. Thinking about the materials, with the sourcing, all of that, that your skin is laying on, that your hair is touching. And Tracy's very close to this one because she had to be very careful. And it'll all make sense. And I'm about to tell you silk pillowcase. So, Tracy, from your personal experience, because of your
Yeah.
hair loss journey,
Yeah.
what silk pillowcases do you recommend?
I have one on Amazon because there's different quality. I'm just going to say that. I have gone through a couple different ones, and there's one that I really love on Amazon, and we're talking like $20 or less. Like it is so affordable. Like it's amazing. And I even looked it up before this episode because I thought to myself, okay, people are going to ask. And I really wanted to make sure that everybody, so please know in the show notes, I'm going to have that link in there. And at the time of looking at this, it was like on sale, at least for like a queen size that I have, it was like $18, $18.88 or something. Like it was just, I couldn't believe it. But I will tell you for sure, first of all, your face, everything like that. But the way that cotton is, if you're like rubbing your head, it is then like roughing up your hair, and that's what's causing all that breakage. So I even have, if you are watching this as a video, a silk scrunchie. And talk about sexy people, my hair goes on top of my head like it looks like a little fountain, and then I take it and I wrap it around the silk scrunchie because again, you want the silk scrunchie, you don't want the cotton because it is causing that breakage and all that little bit of hair. I use my silk scrunchie up there. I twist it as if it looks like a pineapple. And again, this may not be so sexy, but I do not care. And then I kind of clip it, right? So it stays there. So now I've got my silk scrunchie. I'm on my silk pillowcase, and I literally have one that is always right here. I even have it in my hand that I carry with me in my travel bag. So
Oh, I
I
love
will be honest, it's huge.
Well, and I think the biggest thing on the silk side is I'm like, people, if you're not using a silk pillowcase, which I'm guilty of it too when I'm doing laundry sometimes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I do change out my pillowcase every few days, just whenever I do my hair oiling and all of that.
Yeah.
But literally, your pillowcase, if it's not silk, it is absorbing all of your skincare. And
Yes.
so, if you are someone who buys expensive skincare as well, silk is awesome, but it's also going to keep the moisture on your face and in your hair. And because again, I'm hair oiling, I've got all that stuff on my face, even my tan, etc., etc. I don't want that product to get wasted, right?
No. No.
So, silk all the
So
way. Well, and I almost feel like even like anything silk, a pillowcase, I always talk about romanticizing your life. And I'm like, okay, go into bed with a silk pillowcase. That is like a little tiny luxury piece where it's like, hey, you're just leveling up in some area. It's the smallest, weirdest thing. But these small things also change your mindset. And we talk a lot about that on the
yeah.
podcast as well. So
Yeah.
just wanted to point that out. Also, for those of you that are wondering if my voice sounds a little bit hoarse today, it's because I lost my voice and I'm even having a hard time listening to myself right now because I'm like, oh my gosh, it still sounds so raspy. It is okay. It is okay. It's unsexy.
I don't know. Maybe that deep voice, a little raspy voice is sexy. I don't know, girl.
The little raspy voice. I'm like literally having a hard time listening to me right now. It's hysterical. Okay. Anyway, so silk pillowcase, everybody. Wow, we've gone through
Mhm.
so much already. We've got castor oil as a recap.
Yeah.
We've got
Mhm.
the face taping,
Yes.
silk pillowcase, silk scrunchie if you
Scrunchy.
have
Yep.
hair where you need to kind of put it up if you go to bed, like
Mhm.
curly hair like Tracy. We've got tongue scraping,
Yes.
castor oil on brows, lashes, the whole
Mhm.
nine. Now, Tracy, I feel like we need to talk about natural things for some pimples that pop up for those of us that get some hormonal breakouts. Because
Oh, yeah.
Tracy got to witness something.
Oh,
I was
yes.
in Scottsdale visiting her, and my cortisol was a little bit high during this time. It was right before my period, so my chin had actually like pretty significant breakouts.
Yeah.
And two things I did. I said, Tracy, we are not leaving. We are not going out today because I need to go makeup free
Yeah.
and I need to go out in the sun, get some vitamin D,
Mhm.
and I am going to put honey on my face. Not only does it help with inflammation, but it's a natural antimicrobial, especially if you get the natural, which of course Tracy, when I was at her place, she had the natural organic stuff, local, really
Local.
important. Don't just soak it and random stuff filled with weird
No.
stuff. That's not gonna help. That's not what we're
No.
talking about here.
No.
But that is if you don't have anything in the moment to help with some of those breakouts. Like there are things around the house. Now, I do like to say there is Mad Hippie does have an acne hormone safe acne little treatment, spot treatment, but you don't always have access to some of that stuff. I was at Tracy's. I'm like, I'm going
Yeah.
the whole day, Tracy. Did I
Yep.
not keep applying the honey?
I just want everybody to know, like, she would apply the honey, and you're just, sticking a little, whatever in there. Could be even a little toothpick, whatever that you're putting it on. And she'd be like, "Is it dripping off my face right now, Tracy?" And I'd be giggling. I'd be like, "Yeah." But I'm going to share with everybody that I was like, at the end of the night, I couldn't believe how significantly less, because right, especially right for your menstrual cycle, right? You can have some hormonal acne, right? And they're like not just tiny little pimples, they can pop up. We've all been there. If you're a woman, you're like, I've
Mhm,
been there. I know exactly.
mhm.
And I remember a couple times, I mean, it just happened to be really sunny here. Of course, I'm in Arizona where I have sun most of the time, and you'd go outside for just a few minutes, right? And soak up that D and just reapply it. I couldn't believe it because I was shocked. And again, it wasn't sexy maybe walking around with that honey on your chin, right? A little dripping, maybe even a little bit, but it works.
Mhm, mhm. Oh, it
Yeah.
works.
Oh, I
So
know.
again, you can go back to nature with some of those things, and a lot of people will do honey masks. They'll do that. Now,
Yeah.
it is so sticky. It is, but the benefits are awesome,
Yeah.
and it's very inexpensive.
Yes. Yes. Now, I'm going to wrap up with one more thing, if you don't mind, because, our hair is very important. And we talked about protecting our hair, but something that I think that Paige does and she gifted to me is what I'm saying. Is Paige, do you want to share with everybody these cute rollers? So instead of using heat on our hair, have we all seen the cute little like I don't know exactly what they're called. And so once in a while, if it's just the two of us, she'll be like, okay, we've got to pop on a Zoom here real quick or whatever. And she'll have her hair wrapped in this rolling. Like I'm gonna have her explain it. And then one day she just like pulls it out and like shakes it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, that actually works. So, Paige, if you don't mind, I am so sorry because, again, you've taught me so many fun things. I don't mean to sound like they're unsexy, but they sure in the heck look sexy afterwards. So, please, if you don't mind sharing,
I
I'm
think
going to have you wrap us up.
it's important to just say you got to be ugly to be pretty, all right? And so you got to go to bed with all the things, okay? And I think that's really important to note. So they're heatless curlers. I actually got Tracy some for her birthday
Yes.
because even though her hair is naturally curly, I was
Oh,
like, try this because I
oh
loved
yeah.
when you were so fascinated. So I saw it on TikTok Shop and I was like, ooh, I'm getting this for
Huh?
Tracy. So yeah, I will literally, and I'm sure many of you guys know, like you can also do, a lot of people will put socks in their hair and wrap it around. Like there's so many ways to do heatless curls,
Yeah.
but my hair loves it because I'm not putting heat on my hair all the time. which I really try not to. I put heat on my hair maybe once a week. In case I have to be on camera or something, it might be twice a week. And then you go to sleep with it, you wake up, and your hair is done. It is
Oh,
amazing.
it's fascinating to me. The first time you got on camera with that cute little, like, it looked like a halo. I just want the listener like to understand this. And then you pulled it out. I thought, because even though I have curly hair, to your point, every day it's a little bit different. All right. And so, like today, I didn't take, like, I have a big rod, like, that I would use to put like the big curls to smooth it out. And once I saw that, I thought, well, can I use that too? And of course, a page was sweet enough. Oh my gosh. I wish I should have taken a picture for you. It was probably maybe a week ago, a week and a half ago. I used them. I couldn't believe what my hair looked like. I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh, I love
So for me, what I'm thinking is on those off days, I could just dampen a little bit with a mist, like bottle, wrap them around, let them dry for a little bit in the middle of the day. Boom, you take them out. And again, looks hysterical walking around with them. Oh yeah. Like, I'm not a professional yet. Like Paige, they were starting to fall out a little bit. I had to, like, I'm learning how to like get them, but it looks amazing. So again, I just thought we'd end on that because Paige, I have also learned so much from you. Like, I know I might be the food and, cellular level girl, but I tell you what, these other things have completely impacted my life. So can I just
Oh,
say
I'm
thank you?
glad.
And I wanted you to share with everybody. I can't keep, right, all of this to myself. No gatekeeping here. Let's just let it out and what we do.
Well, and it's always changing because I'm also willing to try anything. So I will be the guinea pig for you all, and I'm glad you're loving some of them, Tracy, because we couldn't live without your wellness tips. So when we combine the two, it's literally unstoppable. If you take Tracy's tips, my tips, and even just do 20% of them, you guys will be feeling good. I promise you that.
Oh, yes. And again, please share your tips. If you have some things that you popped up in your mind as you've been listening to this, please do. Please tag us. Like, let us know. Let us reshare because, hey, again, there's no gatekeeping in this community. We need to share with one another. That's what this takes right here. And Paige, I just want to be able to end as well as one of the best tips that I've ever had, of course, is our Lawn Pure non-toxic self tanner. And I do mean that. I said it. I was on a TikTok live. Please follow us if you're wanting to learn more. We have TikTok lives once a week. And as I said, I believe I'm a self tanner queen of 20 years. And for many years, I was so dry from using all those toxic, tanners. And now my skin has never looked so good. I honestly have people saying to me, because of the formulation, because of the skincare ingredients, because the way that it holds in moisture and no dyes, that is probably one of the best tips that I'm going to say that has been a huge glow up. So
Oh,
again, we'll put in the show notes here a special for you as always, but I just want to say thank you for one of the best glow ups that I've been able to apply to my life this past year.
oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. And I got to say, if anyone's listening that hasn't tried it yet and is like, oh, should I make the switch? I was saying a really interesting analogy. I don't even know if it's an analogy, but I was telling people, they're like, well, why doesn't everyone just use your self tanner? And I was like, well, think of it this way. Someone's used to the instant Red 40 self tanners. It's like someone who's switching from, say, high fructose corn syrup to honey or pure maple syrup, right? It's it still tastes good. It's just different, right? And our foam and lotion hybrid, it is non-toxic. It is not an instant tan. And so it's an adjustment. And so I was just explaining to people, hey, it's just a different way to self tan. And once you understand on, as Tracy's terms, on a cellular level, what the tan is doing,
Yeah.
then you'll start to make that switch in your brain like, okay, I can switch, I can do a better option over here. And it was so interesting. They were like, oh, that clicked. Like, I get it
I
now.
love that. I love that analogy. We're all about analogies around here. And because so many people said, because I always say, hey, have you ever used a non-toxic self tanner? Have you used a gradual self tanner before? Here's why. But that right there, huge. So again, if you've been thinking about it or you're like, oh my goodness, I'm not sure, I'm going to encourage you right now. I mean, go to our website. We have so many incredible reviews about the self tanner. And for myself, I will tell you literally that it has changed my skin. So,
And we are also over on Amazon now, which is really fun. So go over to Amazon if you prefer over there, or on our site or TikTok shop. Or if you want us to be in a store near you, just let us know or have them reach out directly to us. We are growing our wholesale program. So thank you guys so much.
all right. And until next time, here's to your energetic, confident self.